Not too long ago, I was working at Blockbusters. While restocking one day, I came across the movie Endgame. No, not that one. That one was probably a decent thriller. No, not that either. No, that's End of the Game. There you go. To be honest, I would have bypassed this movie without a second glance or notice and would have never thought about it again, except the fact that it was starring very popular former WWF/E wrestler Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was a top wrestler in the WWE before going to TNA. He won all the biggest titles this industry had to offer and became a top wrestler and arguably an icon in the wrestling world. Now, I have been a wrestling fan since I was very little, so obviously I grew up watching Kurt Angle on TV. So when I saw this movie, I had to watch it for myself. After all, I'd never seen him in a movie, let alone starring in one, and some of the top wrestlers of all time have already made careers out of being in movies, or at least been in one, even if they sucked. So when it was time to pick out movies, this was one of the first on my list. It was time to see Kurt Angle's acting abilities for a change. Now, you guys might be wondering why there is a short black man with shades in my kitchen. Well, for those of you that don't know, this is one of my best friends, Christian Pagan. Say hi, Christian. There you go, that's how he says hi. He's pretty much going to be my knife guard. As you can see, there's a bunch of knives there. Because a movie like Endgame will lead any sane person to suicide. And I don't want to kill myself, so he's here to prevent that. So now we're just going to do, you know, an example, a test to see if he knows what to do. Oh my god, this movie is driving me insane. I want to kill myself. Fuck life. You see? And there you go. There you go. No matter what I say to you, no matter how much I want to kill myself, stop me. Can you do that? Cool. Alright, now I've known I made a lot of dumb shit in my day. Believe me, I know. But these guys made this movie on a $200,000 budget. They have no excuse. No excuse at all. I'm sorry. Alright. So let's get down to this review. Man, the shit I do for entertainment. Or lack thereof. So the movie starts out with a jazz beat, giving it sort of a cool New York soul feeling to me. Kinda cool. Probably the only cool thing in this film. And here we see Kurt Angle at the Lafayette Hotel with some woman. The only thing that's really revealed is that they are lovers or something. I don't know. It's not explained that much.
And when they find your body, they'll wonder, what's a beautiful girl like you doing in a place like this?
Don't joke around.
When they find your body. What a joke. He handcuffs this girl to the bed. Why? Do you really have to ask? So he starts screwing her and then, I'm not kidding, suffocates her while doing so, killing her. Well, I have to admit, that is kind of original, but that doesn't mean it's any good. I love how she barely struggles when he tries to suffocate her. She's like, oh no, this might be bad. I'm a little scared right now. Yeah, so basically Kurt Angle is a murderer who takes pleasure in kidnapping and preying on innocent women so he can have his way with them before killing them. Oh yeah, and he takes pictures of his victims before he kills them. Why? Maybe he's also a photographer, or wants to make it easier for police to catch him. Anyways, the police then find her dead and begin an investigation. Wait, there he is! That man is Eric Wright. Name should be changed to Eric Wrong. I say that because he is probably one of the worst actors I ever seen in my life. And what's this? This was his only movie? What a surprise. He plays Dan Burke, a cop that is going after Kurt Angle's character. And he is probably one of the most boring and lifeless cop characters that has ever been put on film. And that's all thanks to Eric. So Eric Wright's character, Dan Burke, is now in charge of this investigation.
I think it's the best looking stiff I've seen in a long time.
Good God, who wrote this shit? So they talk about how their office contacted the girl's employer and found out that she has a roommate named Carol.
That hotel manager, he wasn't much help.
Oh my god, can this be any more stiff and fake looking? Even disbanding looks planned. So a detective visits the roommate of the girl that Kurt Angle murdered, and she eventually opens the door. There you go. Or at least she thinks it's a detective. It's actually... Oh no. Oh no. Alright. So yeah, impersonating a detective, he tells Carol the bad news.
Your roommate Beatrice was murdered. We found her earlier this morning.
Wow. She's acting like she just lost her dog or something. She's like, oh darn, this kind of sucks, I guess. So yeah, he asked her if he can check around for evidence, when in reality, he takes her phone book to, I guess, track down her old boyfriends or something. He even asks her about it.
Did Beatrice mention any boyfriends?
Why does he care so much? No fucking clue. Seriously, isn't his whole thing just to find girls to screw around with and then murder? What sense does it make to find old boyfriends? And he didn't kill this girl, Carol, when he had the chance because... So two of the cops parked their Jeep to, talk.
I've been doing this mess for 30 years and I will never figure it out.
I was thinking about that girl back in February. The one from the rocks. What was her name?
God, where the fuck in the world do they get these actors? So they get out to go visit the roommate, where this time she has to take off the chain lock. They didn't notice that happening before.
Oh, that was fast.
What do you mean by fast?
Good God, his acting kills babies.
Passed him on your way in, right?
She must be talking about that fat guy we just passed in the lobby.
Hey, it's not nice to call him fat.
Her body wasn't discovered until about 2 hours ago.
I don't understand.
The fat guy impersonating the police officer could be the killer.
Look who's talking, fatty. So let's see what Kurt Angle's character Brad Mayfield, aka Detective Bishop, is up to. Does he usually stand in front of the door once he gets in for 10 seconds before doing anything? Is this supposed to be cool, or edgy, or creepy, or creative? I am a man, and I have to be dramatically slow for no reason, just to show how scary I am. I am scary, right? Right? So Bert's talking to his wife about seriously nothing at all or nothing important to the plot.
Yeah, you're happy. I didn't marry you for better or worse. Just for better.
Wow, what a bitch. So there's Bergman, who I guess had a sexual relationship with Beatrice Frazier, the girl from the beginning. Hence Mayfield asking questions about him in the beginning.
Who's this disgusting old man that I saw you with tonight?
Then again, she probably was a prostitute, I guess. Whatever, who cares? So him and his driver are talking about the murdered girl and how to make sure nobody ever finds out about his connection with her. You know, since he's married and all. So yeah, the limo guy knows some former CIA guy that can help them. So Burke meets up with his friend Mr. Ackerman, who is teaching a class, doing a really gay alien looking dance. As he tries to find information about Beatrice Frazier's death, and whom I'm guessing he was her dancing teacher. He asks about if the teacher knew about a boyfriend she had, because, you know, they somehow have that evidence so far, that it was a past boyfriend.
Carol was a bad influence on Beatrice ever since they moved in together.
Now you talk.
What makes you say that?
How can I put this politely? She was only ever interested in making money and not art. You know, I tried to tell her the only people who do things for money are whores. In order to be a really great dancer, you have to dedicate your life to the dance.
Wow, so Carol, the roommate, is not liked by the teacher. Does this have anything to do with anything? Anything at all? No.
Where were you the night Beatrice was killed?
I was at home.
Now you talk.
Is there anybody that can verify that?
No. Am I a suspect, detective?
It's a good possibility.
Well, until you find anything more pressing to ask me, I really have a class to teach.
Yes, he's a suspect. It's a mystery. Ooh, who did it? Oh, wait. We know who fucking did it already, so this is fucking pointless. Why does he look so evil? We know who did it. You're not fooling anyone, movie. So yeah, Bergman's thug of a limo driver is telling the CIA guy to go to Carol's house and get back any statements or phone books that pertains to Bergman. The limo driver claims she isn't home because she's a stripper and he knows her schedule. The cop was supposed to stand guard of Carol's building, looks around, then looks at his watch, then continues to look around some more, then goes back to looking at his watch. Then he walks away. Then stops and looks at his watch again, then looks around. Only then does he feel like getting coffee. So while Carol sleeps in a blue tone filter, she hears the CIA guy trying to come into the house with a screwdriver. Whatever. He drops it inside and she uses it to stick it to the man. The police arrive, and of course, Officer Crap is there. So yeah, more bad acting, more boring scenes. Now here we are at Fraser's funeral. I wish I was dead right about now. As the cop is attending to find out information, I guess, at a funeral. Right.
So how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, sir?
Is this a joke? Hold up. Kurt Angle, you're not fooling anybody. Just because you wear a wig and glasses doesn't mean he won't recognize you when you don't have them on. God, this movie paves the way for cheesiness and corniness everywhere. I'm not Jet. Look at me. I mean, I have glasses and something on my head. Who the hell is Jet? Not me.
Do you mind if I ask you for some identification?
You know, for a cop to not know how this guy looks like, he really has amazing guesses. What is he, a fucking mind reader?
I said some identification, please.
So Kurt Angle has no choice but to pull out identification and give it to Burke. But, how conveniently, the girl's mom, I guess, randomly passes out, slowly, giving Kurt the chance to escape. What a coincidence. So Burke gives the ID to the other cops, who's apparently patrolling Mayfield's apartment or something. So we see Kurt Angle. Okay, fine, I call him by his character's name. Brad Mayfield. Checking into a motel.
Okay, how much is it a night?
29 a night. You know how long you're staying?
A few days, maybe? I don't know. Will this do?
That'll cover for it, sure.
God damn it, I can't get over the fact that everyone sounds so fucking dead. It's like all the characters are high or something. Put some feeling into it.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, he goes into his new motel room, giving us that mysterious, epic, typical bad guy moments we all know and love. Or in this case, hate. Then he's taking a piss. How lovely. And again stares at himself in the mirror. I'm guessing a hobby of his. So, Detective Bishop goes into the limo with Bergman. Right away, Bergman uses his smarts to cover up the fact that he did not know her at one point.
I swear to you, I had nothing to do with her death.
Okay, let me rephrase that. He uses his stupidity to make him look like he did more than have a relationship with the girl. Great job there, guy.
We don't want your wife to find out that you were fucking some bimbo now, do we? I think you're out of line, Detective.
Out of line, you say? Well, maybe we should settle this at a match at WrestleMania.
How can you be so sure that I didn't kill her?
Great cover-up.
Well, that's simple. Because I did.
No, the movie didn't just do that. Tell me the movie didn't just do that. Oh, shit. Alright, movie. Let me tell you something. You see, when people already know who the killer is, nothing is going to surprise them, and it's not going to be suspenseful. So then we see Mayfield climbing up a fire escape into wherever as he opens some boxes with papers and the pictures he took of dead Beatrice Fraser and dumps them on the couch. He amusingly calls Burke.
Calling to give yourself up.
What made you think it was me at the funeral home?
Call it a talent. Or just luck.
No, movie. Don't try to play it off like that so he won't ask questions. It was still randomly unrealistic.
If you come right now, I'll let you in personally.
Now that was a weird call. Not like he was the murderer who threatened to murder me and my family or anything.
How do you get this number?
I don't know.
You know, that's a great fucking question. And of course, it doesn't question or bother Burke. Kurt Angle then burns the stuff he threw on the couch earlier. Yes, so there was no need to take pictures of her dead now, wasn't it? So here you can see that the apartment he burned was the same apartment the cops were in front of earlier, which was his apartment. Guess the cops didn't think he would ever use the fire escape and instead would rather ask the cops to please move out of the way so he can go home.
I think we lost him.
No, you think?
You're gonna be here all night.
Probably till morning.
Still failed to see a decent actor yet.
Who is it?
Detective Burke.
It's open.
It's opened? It's opened? Your roommate dies. The murder goes to your house. Some guy tries to randomly break in. And you leave your fucking door open?
I've been wanting to know how Beatrice died.
She was suffocated during sex.
Wow. I bet she didn't think she'd hear that. So the teacher from earlier that swore he didn't like Carol is now comforting her and offering her to come back to his dance thing as long as she quits stripping. Who cares? Next. Kurt Angle's having a good time with another worker in his last day of work because he supposedly found another job. Next. Carol is with her stripper co-workers and tells them she might leave because of that teacher guy's offering her money and to be back in his dance company thing or something. Next. Mayfield and the random worker goes back to her house. And then they start being all passionate and everything until they have sex.
My husband was sent to Iraq 1 month after our wedding. He was hit by an RPG on his very first mission. He was such a klutz.
Wow, what a bitch. So then Brad Mayfield does his random zombie movements again to initiate he's the villain in this film. And then...
Call me Alex.
Well, that was rude. And sort of lame. Oh my god, I can't take it anymore. We then see a picture of the gentleman's club that Carol strips at. And wow, guess who showed up? Dan Burke. Wow. As they look at each other. Kind of makes you think they like each other, you know? Like it's more than an investigator, roommate, or victim relationship.
You caught my act last night?
I was there. It was strictly business.
Oh yeah, was it? How would you feel if it was your wife up there?
I don't know. Never really thought of her that way.
You don't think about her much, do you?
Now you talk.
Not as much as I've been thinking about you lately.
Oh. Now, we're getting somewhere.
Hold up. No. What the fuck did that come from? Am I missing something? I mean, for 54 minutes of the damn film, yes, we're 54 minutes into this horrible film, they never showed any signs of liking each other at all. Nothing. No flirting, no foreplay, no touches, nothing. And then all of a sudden, they have sex. The relationship throughout the movie was pretty much just like, can you tell me anything about your roommate? Oh, I don't know. The killer apparently burned his old apartment down. Oh, that's cool, I guess. Then, oh yeah, you saw my stripper act. Let's have sex. Sounds like a plan to me. And then to add more insult to injury, immediately after, they show a scene with him and his wife. And this is supposed to be the good guy that we are supposed to be rooting for. So yeah, Carol tells her friend about it and how she can't find a good guy who's not married. How deep. And she bumps into... Jesus Christ.
Alex Minor.
Alex Minor, huh? Great. Another name to fucking remember. How many names does this guy have?
Well, how about going to dinner with me some other time? Do you like Chinese food?
What?
Oh, he said Chinese food. Get it? The same thing he said when he was acting like a detective.
Maybe I could take you to dinner sometime. Do you like Chinese food?
And of course, she didn't catch that.
What's your number?
Carol Peterlake. I'm in the book.
I'm so evil. So some cop stuff is going on, and more cop stuff, and more cop stuff. Huh? What was that? Stone Cold, is that you? So the cop finds a lead that leads them to Mayfield's house. They do stuff that they feel cops do in real life, while Mayfield crawls out of the second-story window and climbs down a rope. How did Mayfield know that the cops were coming? Because he knows everything that's going to happen, of course. So anyways, one police officer catches him.
Get down on the ground!
All right, Copper.
Shut up and down on the ground.
Let me ask you something. You ever shoot a man before?
I said shut up and down on the ground.
Don't sound too excited now.
I said shut up. Back up. Shoot me. Back up. Shoot me. Back up. Ah!
Wait. What the fuck was that? What the hell was that? I mean, what was up with the way that cop said that? I said, shut up and down on the ground. I said, shut up and down on the ground. I said, shut up. It was like he was on repeat. And then that punch, my God. Also, how did the other cops not hear any of that? Seriously, it was right on the side of the house. So Mayfield escapes while another guy arrives to find his partner down. And doesn't really seem to give a shit at all. It's like him being on the floor is an inconvenience. Two cops in the basement of the house continues to look around.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh darn, a dead body. That kinda sucks actually. So they call Burke over. Yay, I missed him so much.
Oh shit.
Oh shit defines the whole movie. So the other cop kicks Burke off the case. Why? Well, why not? He's a boring catastrophe. So now we are on a boat, and... I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Alright, knock it off. So I guess Carol took his offer for Chinese food after all. I mean, she did kind of deny him at the bar and left. Next time we see them is together on a boat. How nice the clarity in this movie is.
You may never go back.
You'll get what I mean by that later. It will be a good time. So Weirdo Burke has an inverted color dream where he sees himself in an open coffin. Yes, he looks at himself. And then the he who was looking at himself dead turns into Mayfield. The dead him looks at the him that is now Mayfield, who laughs and closes it. Then he wakes up. Wow, how necessary. So then he gets a call from Mayfield himself.
Bad dream?
Ah yes, how would he know that? Simple, he can see into Burke's mind. He's a mind reader.
Tell you what, you find me, I'll give you an exclusive interview.
I'm starting to think Mayfield wants to go to jail. Maybe he misses the good old days where people would drop soap and ask him to pick it up.
Is Carol there?
You should know she's there. After all, you know everything.
What's wrong?
Go away.
Maybe I shouldn't have went on this boat in the middle of nowhere alone with the stranger after all. Silly me.
It's Mayfield?
Yeah.
Oh, he sounds actually like a pretty decent guy.
Yes, a decent guy who murders women and threatened our family. He seems so nice. So yeah, Burke talks to Mac.
You staying out of trouble or you out screwing around? That's the real question.
You know where I've been. Been right here doing my job. Bringing criminals to justice.
Oh yeah, bringing criminals to justice. Without a care in the world. Yeah. So Mac tells Burke that he found a photograph of Mayfield as a little boy with his mother and sister, only his real name was Alex Minorts. So he goes to the church to talk with the priest about Alex, who says he used to strangle cats and love dolls and dumb shit like that. And then Burke talks to the apartment manager of the building that Alex used to live in, and some old lady who kind of has problems opening her door, that I guess knew him and his family. So everybody's favorite stripper, Carol, wakes up and opens a closet, I guess. She grabs something and a bunch of pictures fall to the floor of other girls I'm guessing Kurt Angle's character Brad Mayfield, Alex Minorts, murdered and took pictures of. Failing to burn those for some reason. So she puts them back so Alex won't know she knows anything. But don't you remember, silly girl? Him and Burke knows all. See? I told you so.
You don't like my company?
Yes, realistic looking slap, Kurt. Jesus, why won't this movie just end? So yeah, Burke calls someone whose number was in Mayfield's old apartment. Minorts. Fuck it, I'm gonna just start calling him Kurt Angle again. Anyways, the guy on the phone doesn't know shit. Who cares? Next. Okay, so now we see a clown truck for a clown named Buffo, the world's strongest clown. So Buffo comes out and... Oh no. No. No, no. No. Oh my God. I can't take this anymore. Just let me kill myself. Just let me. Come on. You don't know how it's like to watch this movie.
Buffo? I'm sorry. He's a little tied up right now.
Ha ha ha, get it? Because he is literally tied up. This has to be the most retarded or hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Pro wrestler Kurt Angle dressed like a clown. So yeah, fucktard the clown is actually at Burke's house. Cut to, I'm guessing Berg's daughter letting him into the house. So yeah, blah blah blah, and then one of Kurt Angle's infamous hits in this movie.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Oh nice, a Mr. Rogers quote for no reason at all. Not as weird as Berg's daughter literally watching her mom getting punched and not giving two shits about it.
Who's the strongest clown now, Buffo?
Oh shit, what's that, fried chicken? Ah, no! 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 Let it happen! A world without endgame! I need you! So Kurt Angle puts Burke's daughter on a speedboat. So he leaves. Ah, the arm of the guy he just killed, scary. He goes back to the bigger boat to be a seductive meanie to Carol some more. Burke arrives at his house to see his wife in a stretcher.
It was a clown.
A clown?
He took Chrissy.
He took Chrissy?
I think it was Mayfield.
Oh, I'm sort of angry. A murderer took my only daughter somewhere I don't know about. That's gonna mess up my week. So the guy who didn't know shit about Kurt Angle before now remembers that he sold Angle a boat not too long ago and gives Burke the directions to where the boat is. Ah, I knew the plot convenience would stick its head out eventually. So he borrows another cop's boat as he heads out to face Kurt Angle for the final showdown, the climax of the movie. Now all I gotta do is one more thing. Cross my fingers and hope that it won't be anticlimactic. And why the hell am I even bothering? So now it's nighttime. Hey, I know that trick. You take shots during the day and then you put like a dark blue filter on it. I'm not stupid, I've tried that before and just decided to stick with shooting night scenes at night. Oh god. Okay, so now it's blue-green. This movie doesn't make up its mind. You see, look at the sky, it's clearly day, you can see clouds. So he looks through his binoculars and sees the boat. So he quickly gets on blue-green land so he can enter the boat. Oh, hello, sound of a boat literally appearing out of nowhere. Wow, these long ass still shots bore the shit out of me. That's all you see throughout most of the movie. So he finds Carol and unties her, and then it's the search for, oh snap cakes. So Angle makes Burke handcuff himself, and then the villain speech before dying thing happens.
I told you, Burke, when you started this game, you had a lot to lose.
The only loser I see here is you.
Oh snap, no he didn't.
You're the one. Enough of this bullshit. It's time to die.
Gasp! I didn't see that coming. As Kurt Angle was gasping his last breaths of air, Burke watches like, oh, so I'm not gonna die. That's cool, I guess. Oh, and it's Burke's daughter who found a gun somewhere on the boat, wherever she was, and then knew to pick it up and shoot Kurt Angle right before he shoots her father. So any normal person at this point would be shaken up, in shock, trembling, having some type of crazy emotion, not believing everything that just went down. All he does is stare at his daughter, just staring with no real emotion. He's like, oh, that's cool, I guess. You saved my life. I think I might up your allowance a little bit. Actually, it's almost like he's mad at her. Like, damn it, if you would have let me die, the world could have been without Dan Burke. And I personally agree. I think that would be a fun idea. So the police arrive to the scene one final time. So Burke is reunited again with his daughter, as Carol is so cold she needs an oversized coat.
I think it's time for a career change.
Yeah, fuck the police, I guess. This job kinda messes up my mood sometimes. Yeah, just wanted to show you that I was serious. Hence taking off the badge right after stopping to look at you. And here you go. Remember me as the guy you fucked once for no reason while I had and still have a wife. And I'll probably never tell her we did. Okay, bye-bye, I guess. So that was Endgame, everybody, and thank God that it did in fact end. Because honestly, I do not know how much more I would have been able to take. I really don't. Overall, I think this is one of the most boring, dragged on, uneventful, and unexciting movies I've seen in a long time. Now yes, it's not one of the worst movies ever made, but it's definitely up there. The acting is awful, stiff, boring, and definitely not emotional or expressive at all. The music is repetitive and weird. The plot is sort of there, but the movie gets sidetracked so much by random shit that doesn't fucking matter that sometimes you forget it's there. The supporting actors are way better actors than the main ones. Most scenes drag on too long, and I mean long. There's too much use of color filters. Shots that try to look creepy, eerie, threatening, and frightening comes off as silly. None of the characters are likable and relatable. Nobody seems to give a shit when anything terrible has happened. Sometimes we're given scenes that has nothing to do with anything at all. There's so many cheesy one-liners. The idea of dancing is hilarious. Characters that look like they could be the murderer by the way they act is completely fucking pointless since we already know who the killer is. Carol is always in a fucking sheet or coat after a crime has almost happened, and the most she had was a fucking slap. Both Kurt Angle and Eric Wright are not only mind readers, but they also supposedly know everything that goes on. Murders are for some reason unepic. Reactions are usually delayed or not there at all. Kurt Angle loves mirrors and apparently used to randomly love dolls as well. That never gets explained or fucking shown in the film. His disguises are sometimes stupid. He has too many fucking names. Every time he laughs, I look in shame. And Eric Wright is the worst actor I have ever seen in my life. He must have had to suck a lot of dick to get a starring role in anything. Well, I thank you guys for watching and sharing the horrible pain with me. And I hope you guys tune into my next episode. So, this was Jet Reviews with yours truly. And I am out to take a really long nap. And pray to God that someday I can forget this awful movie. Most likely not. Anyways, peace out. Kurt Angle as an actor. How stupid. That never happened. Nah, that never happened. I'm dreaming.
Hey girl, never done that before.
There's no movie called Endgame. Kurt Angle has never acted in his life. None of that really happened. All that was my... Christian Pagan, what the hell are you doing here, man?
Christian Pagan? There is no Christian Pagan. Jet.
Well, yeah, if you're coming about your knife guard duties, I already finished the review and I'm just trying to forget it now, so you can go ahead and run along now.
I think you misunderstand, Jet. This isn't Christian Pagan. This is Brad Mayfield.
Yeah, ew, you're that guy that Kurt Angle plays in Endgame.
Yes, the one and only, the handsome devil.
Oh my God, will this nightmare end?
You were making a lot of fun of Endgame, and of me. I'm here to make you pay.
Make me pay? Wait, you're not gonna kill me, are... Wait. No Endgame when I'm dead. You know, actually... You know, I think you should kill me. You know, I made fun of you. I made fun of your movie. Pretty much everything you stood for. So, honestly, if you want to kill me, then by all means, I think you have the right. So, you know, go try to hit me somewhere over here. You know, not too painful. So.
Kill you. That would be far too easy. In fact, I have a few surprises for you, Jet. Endgame style.
What the hell are you talking about, man? Don't be playing with me, man. Don't be playing with me with that Endgame shit. What the hell?
I decided to affect your electronics with an endless endgame loop. Yes. Could you imagine it? That means you'll be watching Endgame on your television, on your Xbox, even on your In fact, I even took the liberty of putting in a little program on your radio, and every time you take on the light to take a shit,
I'll let you in personally.
you'll be hearing Endgame forever. You'll be hearing Endgame.
No! No! Why would you do that? No! Just kill me! Endgame, go away! Just kill me! Just kill me! I hate you! I hate your Endgame! Endgame! I hate you! You ruined my life!